Hey, what is going on, everyone? It is Jamie G back here again. Thanks very much for joining me in today's video. What I'm going to be covering today is creating a sales funnel. It's a live example of a sales process for agencies. Now, this is something that I'm in the midst of setting up for my own agency, and I'm just going to go basically through the steps that I'm going through and what exactly I'm doing as per each step. So hopefully it all makes sense to you. And fingers crossed for me that it actually works, because it's going to be pretty embarrassing otherwise. But I have extreme faith that what I'm about to do and what I'm about to unleash upon you guys is going to work really super well. So before I go any further, for those of you that I don't know or haven't seen me yet, my name is Jamie. I cover internet marketing, affiliate marketing, how to get started online, advertising, and pretty much all things digital. So if that's of interest to yourself, I'd love to have you guys join me. Feel free to hit this subscribe button and smash that bell icon to stay up to date with everything I'm going to be putting out. So just going to jump over here to the whiteboard function here. Now, for some silly reason, it's actually undone all the amazing hard work that I just had before. Let's see if I can undo or redo. Can I redo it? No. Let's refresh the screen for some silly reason. Anyway, I'm going to change this to black. I'm going to do it exactly as I had it because it was cool. Kind of. I'm going to go white. Alrighty. So this is going to put the fun in funnel. Terrible. Fun. Okay. Anyway, funnel. So we're just going to go through just a real basic idea, and I'm going to explain why I've gone doing each step along the way. So as you can see, I'm somewhat of an amateur Rembrandt. This is some of my best work you're looking at here. Boom, man, brilliant. Great lines, yeah. Anyway, funnel. But not confuse the issue. As you can see, I'm also incredibly neat with my my writing as well. Alrighty, so right, this is a sales funnel. Now, it's not going to be something that I'm not going to show you guys a whole bunch of web pages and download my free ebook, and then it goes to a bridge page, and then it goes to a low tier offer, and then it goes to an upsell, and then it goes to coaching offer, and none of that sort of stuff. All I want to do is basically get people from the top of the funnel up here down to the bottom. And obviously the bottom is that's where they're going to be clients, and I need to then probably add something else like retention in there as well. Actually fulfill the job that I've been paid for. Okay, so what brought all this around? And the strange thing is, you might find this a little bit ironic, but given that I run Facebook ads full time for my agency, I've never had to use Facebook ads to promote my own agency. Yeah, bit of an odd one, you might be thinking, but the reason being is that I've actually worked on behalf of other agencies for quite some time, and one of the larger ones that I was doing a lot of work for, they basically bought all their marketing in-house. So I'm a contractor. They said, look, thanks, but no thanks. You're out, and new guys in. So yeah, it's just the way it goes. Just business. Doesn't, I'm not offended. It's kind of like being hit by a mafia. It's always, it's just business. Anyway, so it doesn't matter. So that now it means that, okay, I'm about to go overseas in a couple of weeks. I'm basically, I can't really go and pick up other work. So I need to grab a client in the meantime so I can actually fund my travels and whatnot as well. So I thought, okay, well, I have all the skill here about running Facebook ads, so I might as well actually put it to good use and actually do something about it. So here is what I'm doing. Okay, so here's my path to getting clients. Now, in a perfect world, and if life, if everything was easy, I would have just gone nice big blue Facebook ad, and then they would go to a web page, and then they would basically, I would call them, they would leave their details, I would call them, and then they would be booked in as a client, one in every 5 or whatever the stats are, something like that, right? So that would be the traditional way of doing it: ad, page, client. They book in a time, they become a lead, and then they're booking a call. So I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'm following the guidance of a gentleman by the name of Frank Kern. Now, if you haven't heard of Frank, he's just an absolute legend and has been around the internet for a long, long time, and is kind of a cool dude and absolutely knows his stuff when it comes to how to market products online, and I'm assuming probably offline as well from what I can gather. But he always talks about this thing called intent-based branding, which is the kind of premise that instead of just going, hey, here's what I can offer you, come and sign up and buy my stuff, and great, that's awesome. It's basically offering value to your audience first, so implying and showing that you can actually solve their problems before you're even contemplating asking for business or some sort of commitment from them. And the whole idea is that it builds trust. You build rapport with your audience. Probably not that dissimilar to me starting my own YouTube channel. I pump out a whole bunch of videos, and then hopefully you guys that see me on these videos and hear my goofy voice and my stupid accent and all that sort of stuff can go, oh yeah, this guy kind of half knows what he's talking about. I don't mind subscribing to his channel, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so I digress. Okay, so here we go. We've got client down the bottom, right? And what we want up here is this is called the top of the funnel. So look, don't let the fact that I suck at drawing and writing fool you. This is actually pretty cool stuff to get into and understand. So anyway, right at the top here, we've got basically, they don't know us, right? So the client doesn't know who we are at this point. This applies to absolutely any business. I'm not just talking about my own process, which I'm going to go through here. So the first part for me is I want to get noticed. So it's basically, there's all sorts of different ways you can say this, and there's different acronyms that you can use here, but I'm just going to say REC. I'm going to say that's short for recognition. So I just want to be recognized, as in someone has now seen my brand. Okay. So therefore, I've got a whole bunch of people that have seen the brand and have somehow basically swallowed up some of the content that I put out. Pretty much. That's all I want at this stage. And then, of course, those that are curious, they can just come down here and jump straight to that if they want. But it's usually doesn't happen like that. Now, this process involves showing a few different bits of content that can somehow help your audience out. And in this stage, I'm keeping things relatively broad. I'm not really putting an ad saying, hey, I know that you have seen a lot of these ads, so now you should buy my stuff. It's basically trying to help them out in some way. And then, of course, it goes down to this next one, and the next one will be something very similar, but they are then becoming more interested. And of course, this is just what I've made up right here, right? This is not, I know, like I say, there's a whole bunch of acronyms and different ways that you can develop a funnel, and there's actually probably a lot more layers to it than this. But just in my case, and what I'm wanting to do, I want to shorten this down as much as possible. So recognition or awareness, something like that, doesn't really matter. They have some interest, so therefore, obviously, the pool that you're looking at is going to be a lot smaller. In fact, it's probably more like that, if I'm to be honest. Something like, oh, get out of there. There we go, something like that. A little bit smaller, and I'm okay with that. I don't care, because all I really want is just this one little chunk down here, and that's like my 10 or 15 or 20 clients, however much I want to scale, really. That's all I want down there. So I don't really care if this is small, if this is really big. This is like this top of my net, and then obviously they're going to be funneled down. So the second part of it, I've basically started applying and just showing very broad demographics. And then what I'm going to then do is after someone engages, I'm then going to retarget those people with another ad, and then another ad, another ad, another ad. And I haven't even asked, there's no call to actions. I haven't even asked for anything at this stage. I'm not saying, hey, give me a call. And then at the final point, right down the bottom here, what I'm going to do is basically put them onto a very short messenger bot sequence that's going to say, hey, here's something else that's free. I've now provided a whole bunch of value. If you'd like to make life easier for yourself and your business by hiring a professional, let's get in touch. Let's have a chat, see if we can work together. And I think by that stage, this will only contain people, and these are obviously not clients just yet, but this will only contain people that are super engaged in my content. They've seen me around for ages. They think, yep, you know what, this guy's provided value. I think he knows his stuff. I want to hire him to help my business out. That is the whole way this is going to work. So this method, like I say, it's called intent-based branding. I'm really skipping over the details only because this is one of the first times I've actually had to use it. I've known the theory for a little while, but like I say, if you want something a lot more in depth, follow Frank Kern, get into his stuff because it's awesome. But anyway, all right, so that's the. Oh no, what did I do? Oh, there we go. Cool. All right. Cool. Sorry, folks. Okay, so that's the funnel. All right, now I'm going to go to show you guys basically what I've done so far. So I'm just going to jump over to Ads Manager. I think I'm still recording. Yep, looks like it. Groovy. I don't know why, but it always tries to refresh the page every time I jump tabs. It's actually super annoying because Ads Manager can be a rather large beast at times to load up. Obviously, a lot of details. I seem to have pumped that up so it looks really big. Cool. Alrighty, there we go. Nice and easy. All right. So look, basically, I'm just really basic campaigns. I mean, this is just like, as you can see, super tiny budget. I'm just testing this out. Now, if you followed on from yesterday, what I did is something called hopefully Facebook doesn't, oh sorry, YouTube doesn't have the same issues that Facebook does, but it's called a carpet bomb method. And basically what I'm doing in theory should be a video views campaign or engagement ad, and then I retarget the people that watch a certain percentage of the video. So that's ideally what I'm looking at, but I only did it with images just purely because I was away over the weekend. I didn't have a chance to record anything, and I tried to record something last week, but it looked absolutely stupid. So I thought, you know what, just get something out there, and yeah, get something happening to start with, and get your mojo flowing. Alrighty. So anyway, just going to go through these. I've just killed this ad off early this morning, and like, I mean, it's only been running for 3-4 days. Cost per engagement, 3 cents, nice and easy. I love that. $5 per day, 150,000 impressions. That's not bad. 9 cents per 1,000 views per mil or mille, or whatever they call it. Now, here's the cool thing. Cost per click, 1 cent. Now, a click in this instance is quite literally just someone expanding the actual ad out to read the stuff that is below the fold, or clicking like, or a comment, or messaging my page, or liking my page, etc., etc., etc. So 1 cent, I'm pretty happy with that. 0.63% click-through rate. I really, that's horrendous, by the way, if anyone's interested, but I really don't care because I've got it on worldwide targeting, and I'm okay with that. And obviously, a lot of these people aren't going to be clients, and I'm okay with that too. But it's only costing me 9 cents for every 1,000 views of my ad. So I've spent roughly about $15. It's 0.63% click-through rate, which I think is actually pretty good for that, if I'm to be honest. And I mean, it's only costing me 3 cents per engagement as well. Now, I did show my ad, and then obviously 515 post engagement. So pretty cool. All right, so I'm just going to have a look at the ad, just show you guys really quick. This is the ad I put on. Like I say, I really should have put in a video. Yeah, it's on my list of things to do, basically. But the whole purpose behind doing this at this stage is because I can now use this as well. I can keep using this. And as you can see, there's a few comments and all that sort of stuff there as well, shares, blah, blah, blah. It's a weird image. I mean, it's obviously quite nice. It was actually taken by my mum, believe it or not. She was out for a walk, saw some kites, took a photo, sent it through to me. And I'm like, great, that looks awesome. I'm stealing it for my ad just because it's out of place. Like, it kind of might, you might look at it and go, why, what the hell is this? Why is this relevant? And that's something that you can do just to improve the click-through rates on your ads as well, is just try and tie something into a story. So in this case, I've actually gone through the entire strategy for the carpet bomb method, although it's not actually called the carpet bomb on Facebook because they will ban my account. I've had to call it something else. But yeah, it's just an ad strategy where you do video views and you retarget the viewers and you get pretty cheap leads as a result. So I'm doing the exact same thing but with images here. Now, because of the kind of strange image that I'm using, people may or may not love it. They might go, that's irrelevant, I don't know why you're showing that. Or they might be curious because they might have think it's some sort of implication that it's going to make your business fly, or something like that. So anyway, that's that. I won't go into that much. That's all the same stats there. I don't need to go through that. And then all I've done is just set up an audience that's going to retarget those people. And to do so, I've just gone to Ads Manager up here, all tools, and over to audiences over here. And in fact, I don't even think it'll be above 1,000 people at this stage. So I'm just going to have a quick squiz over here, if it will let me. It's not going to let me. Yeah, I don't know why. I must sincerely apologize. For some reason, when I'm recording the screen, it tends to not really like that and makes life a lot slower for me. So anyways, okay, so yes, below 1,000, I'm okay with that. I don't really care. But what I did there is basically put up people that have clicked an ad or anything on their Facebook page over the last, well, in this case, 365 days. I wanted a big chunk of data if I could. And that's a rolling figure as well. So from when I set it up to basically a year into the future, it's going to keep collecting data on the people that have liked either my page or a post on my page, or in this case, an ad. Okay, so The second part, and I haven't even got this up and running yet, but I'm going to basically, after I've got some data here. Now, the other thing, just well, the reason why I'm able to such cheap clicks and everything is because I've got worldwide targeting and I've got no layers, interest layers, or anything like that on it at all. I'm just basically throwing it out there and seeing what sticks. And the sole reason I'm doing that, and I mentioned this in one of my former videos, is because I want to maintain the social proof across the ads that I'm putting out. So if someone looks at my ad and they see, okay, this has got 83 likes and it's got a few comments, they are 10 times more likely to take an action on that ad, such as also reading it and liking it, etc., as they would if there was no social proof on there at all. So no one had liked the ad, no one had commented, anything like that, and that means your click-through rates are going to drop, your engagement's going to drop, you're going to get nothing's going to be sort of organic in that respect either. So you're not going to get kind of any favors from Facebook for not having that. So by contrast, I've got another ad here, and I'm just going to go into this. And this is literally just retargeting the people that have clicked on an ad. And as you can see, again, it's just a funny little ad. It doesn't really make sense for Facebook ads. If you look at it, check this out. It's just an old crappy house. And I've still got 19 likes. It's still something that people look at and go, whoa, hang on, that's not really relevant to Facebook ads at all. What the hell's going on? So my plan is, so that now, just going back to my little whiteboard here, these people are at the top of the funnel, and that second ad is helping them to slide down that funnel a little bit more. And eventually I'll get to the point where these will all be clients. Mwahaha. Many clients. Now, as you can see, I mean, I don't want to saturate that audience. I've only got it on $1 a day. And because of the finite nature of that audience, yeah, that's not a bad budget at this stage. Of course, once I do get a lot more clicks and whatnot, then I will increase that budget. And I'm just going to go over here. Now, the other caveat I wanted to put in this is that I have not put any links at all. No call to actions, no nothing, absolutely nothing whatsoever. So these people are all just kind of like going, hang on, this person's just advertising to us, but they're not asking for anything in return. That's one of the key tricks to doing this whole thing, is you just need to put the content out there and not ask for anything in return. And then eventually, when you finally do basically say a very soft pitch at the end of it, like if you like some more info, get in touch type thing, then people are more inclined because you haven't tried to push the, hey, buy my stuff type sales pitch at them. So anyway, as you can see, not bad click-through rates. In fact, I'm actually pretty impressed by that. It's pretty good. And 22 clicks, that's all right. I'm not, again, it's just a page, a like on the post. So that's the first part. Now, the second part for me is, like I say, I do need to record those videos, and I'm going to have, I think maybe 3 to 5, maybe even 6 or 7. I'm not too sure yet. See how I feel. And the first one's just going to be going over a method that I use. I'm going to do a video views campaign for that. Next one's going to be about another thing that's going to help my audience, and so on and so forth. They're going to be 30 seconds to 60 seconds each. And then eventually at the end of it, the very last one, I'll say, hey, you've seen my stuff quite often now. So what I'd like to do is make you an offer. Would you like to basically get in touch and get someone to do your ads for you? Which brings me on to my final point. Now, this is the last step of my funnel. And well, actually, no, not quite the last step. I still need to talk to the prospects and actually sign them up, of course. But anyway, this is one of the last steps. So at this stage, just going back over that, like I say, it'll be 1 video, 2 video, 3 video. I'm going to retarget the viewers from one to the other to the other. So it'll be a nice big flow-on process. And then at the very end, I'll just say, hey, hopefully this has helped. But if you'd like some further assistance getting your Facebook ads up and running, then feel free to reach out, send us a message, and we'll have a chat, see if we can work together. And this is all it says, just, hey, great to have you with us. First name. Over the last 3 years, this is all true. We've helped many businesses, blah, 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 blah. And before I'm not even asking for anything at this stage. I'm just saying, hey, by the way, here's just a free book for you as well if you're interested. And then they go, oh, thanks, that's great. And then if they click on that, that's cool. If they don't click on that, about 12 seconds later, it's going to pop up with this thing. And this is just some stats from one of my earlier campaigns. And I don't know if you can see that on your screen there, but the click-through rates are pretty damn solid. We got 9%, nearly 10% of that audience was resonating. 140 clicks. This one's 7%. I'm pretty happy with that. And again, slightly more, but that is slightly down, but still nearly 5% click-through rate is pretty damn cool if I do say so myself. So anyway, and look, the thing is, a lot of these businesses that get to this stage, In the meantime, bear in mind, I've provided so much value. They've got actionable things they can now go away with. And for those people that are still here at this stage, and it basically says, look, I can get you. I know I can get businesses 30 to 50 leads per month. I have no qualms about that whatsoever. Basically, if someone they want to pay someone, they just want to take it out of their hands. They don't want to think about having to do chat bots and Facebook ads and retargeting and targeting and looking at the analytics and the stats and the blah blah blah. And that's where I come in and just go, hey, look, let's see if we can just work together. What do you reckon? And again, it's just a soft sell. It's not. I'm not saying, I'm not. I don't even have a follow up sequence to this. Like I say, it's just something that I've kind of thrown together now. And then the final step is they come over here to my Calendly link, and then they go, yes, I would like a free Facebook strategy session. Thank you very much. And then at the end of it, they go, okay, cool. When can I jump on board? Okay, you're free between these dates. All right, let's have a look at tomorrow, Tuesday the 19th. What do you got available? A free day because my dad's coming over. I'm going to hang out with him all day instead. But anyway, you get the idea, right? So anyway, that's that. And that's that. That is my entire funnel. Now I'm just going to clear this away. Get rid of that. Yes, we want to clear that. And we're going to change the color because we like the color white. There we go. Oh, I've got grids now. That's cool. All right. Don't know how I did that. Yep. Gridless. Do we want gridless? Let's try gridless. Wow, so good. No grid. Grids everywhere. Anyway, you get the idea. Huh. What are the chances for reals? Let's make it white. Okay. Anyway, had a lot of caffeine today. This is why I'm in such a hypo. But anyway, hopefully that all makes sense. Now you kind of have an understanding. We've got oh man, I put it in white. We've got one ad here, and then in theory, I know that was an image ad that I was showing you before, but in theory that should be a video ad, and then it's going to be retargeted. So all the video viewers from that. Ideally, I want a bare minimum of at least 1,000 10-second views on this. Ideally, even better is I want to have 1,000 views at 75% of the video. So obviously it's in my vested interest to keep that relatively short so I can build those numbers up pretty quick. So roughly about 1,000 before I even bother doing anything. Then the next one is going to be, it's going to go to this one, which is then going to be another one. And again, this is just a very short video, just a quick actionable step. Like, hey, if you're running Facebook ads, here's what helps. And then I'm just basically saying this is a retargeting ad. And then the next one, I'm saying, oh, by the way, you might have noticed I don't have any call to actions in my ads. That's another thing you can try. And then another one, I don't know, I haven't thought that far ahead, but I might even do a little field test there and do a call to action. So I might start retargeting these viewers with another one that just tries to put them straight into my my little messenger sequence. And that might be the end of my funnel right there. It might just be a 4-step that basically just says, hey, here's something can help you. Hey, here's something else that can help you. Hey, now that we've helped you, do you want to sign up and jump on board? That it might end up there, and that might be the close of my loop if it works. But if not, then that's fine. I can reopen it, and I'll kill that one off, and instead I'll go on to the next loop, and I'll go, okay, great. Again, no call to actions. Just there's another thing. I'll figure something else. I haven't actually thought about what else I can include to help them out, and then I'll put it onto another one like this, so on and so forth. So then what's that? Say 5 ads. And I might do another test here as well, because I might find that converts, but these are like, like $20 per lead or something like that. So it's not, maybe it's not viable. I don't know, $20 is probably actually pretty damn cheap for a lead. But anyway, I might try it on each step. So I might go, okay, great. Now I've got 1,000 people that have viewed this, and then out of that, I might get maybe, I don't know, say 200 that view that, and then eventually that'll build up, but then I'll retarget those people with another one. And so all the while I'm retargeting, and then eventually it'll get to this point where maybe over here, maybe one more, let's just do one more, why not? And they're all just designed just, hey, blah, blah, blah. Oh, by the way, I'll start adding it in very subtly about here. I'll put a CTA here, call to action, forgive my writing, just a very subtle one. Just, hey, I hope you got some value out of this. If you'd like to have a chat with one of our staff to see if we can work together, and you'd like to get this up and running, let us do the hard work for you, click below. And so I do the same thing. Oops, that wasn't meant to be there. Get rid of that last one. Sorry, folks. There we go. And it'll basically just say, here is something, talk to my staff, And that's another, basically that messenger sequence I just showed you. And then again, oh, by the way, if you want some help. So the number here is, although I'm always trying to build this up, because if you recall, that's like the top of my funnel, always trying to build this one up, always trying to build this one up, and that way it'll lead on to these other ones, to the point where we get way down here, our last sort of video that we've got, and I might only have like 100 people in this audience here. So 100. This hopefully makes sense by this stage. And then by the time they get to here, my click-through rates are absolutely insane, because I've just provided incredible amounts of value along the way. And they're thinking, the people that are here going, man, this guy, look at him, he's provided 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos that are packed with value that actually help the audience out. He hasn't asked for anything apart from there, just very subtly, you know what, maybe he's worthwhile my time. So then when I come to this one, and I basically just say, hey guys, you've absorbed a whole bunch of the content over the last X amount of time. If you'd like to take it one step further and have a chat with our team to see how we can help you grow your business, boom chakalaka, get in touch. Here's a messenger sequence, or here's the landing page. Maybe I'll put a landing page down there by that stage, and then I'll get heaps of calls booked in, and I will get lots of cash for the agency, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, hopefully that all makes sense. That is my little game plan, and I've basically done a trial of step 1 and just one little retargeting audience for step 2 so far. Now I will introduce more. Like I say, I do need to re-record a few videos here to make all these kind of stand out and look all prim and proper before I actually hit this right on the head, which is what I can't wait to do. Anyways, hopefully that'll make sense. I'm sorry for rambling. I know I've been going on for a little while now. If you did get any value out of this, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And of course, if you'd like to try this, let me know. I will leave a link to my own agency below. Get in touch if you want some help with your Facebook ads. There you go, shameless plug. Anyway, guys, go forth and prosper. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for joining me.